Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone is enjoying their day. Kudos to everybody who set up this incredible event. The outlook has been fantastic. I'm going to pay extra attention to leave some minutes in the end for questions, because so far I found this to be quite an engaging crowd. My name is Renç. I am the CEO of Giza. At Giza, we focus on the biggest product market fit that blockchain was able to find to this date, which is decentralized finance. And we focus on prompting it for its next evolution, which is making capital itself autonomous. In this context, I would like to set the stage for defining what a financial agent is. A financial agent is a financial player that acts on the market. It runs on code that is intelligent, that is persistent. It influences decision-making. So it's not a bot, and it's not a script that you run once. It constantly evaluates, it constantly optimizes, it orchestrates, it forecasts all of the financial decisions on behalf of the user. It is persistent, so it's not something you call for once. It is constantly running for you. And it is managing capital on-chain. Currently, the financial agents also needs to be fully deterministic models, running on traditional financial algorithms, fully auditable, fully traceable, things that have been battle tested for the past 2 decades. The second thing I would like to set the stage with is questioning, why are we here? Why did all of you travel hundreds of hours in total to come to Buenos Aires and to attend these talks? Our mission is to innovate. Our mission is to increase adoption, increase growth in Web3, and bring more and more capital to Ethereum. The best way to increase adoption is to increase accessibility. And the best way to do that is democratizing the access itself. Decentralized finance in its own started as a democratization movement. When DeFi first came out, it was finance for everybody, and that was the most exciting thing about DeFi. In the meantime, we lost that as a North Star, and DeFi currently is ran by a few people who knows exactly which button to push, who knows how to read what collaterals are, who knows how to calculate APRs. That's not democratized finance. Democratization of finance is not giving everybody a wallet. Democratization of finance is not allowing you to hold an inflationary token in that wallet. Democratization of finance means whenever there is an opportunity in finance, everybody can leverage that. And that's where financial agents comes into play. Financial agents compresses a lot of the complexity, digest a lot of complexity, and provide value and opportunity for the user. At Giza, we build agents that compresses a lifetime of financial operations into an agent that is acting on your behalf with your policies. Today, DeFi is an absolute mess. All of the financial workflows are broken. Whoever wants to operate on DeFi, whether it's a treasury, whether it's a DAO, whether it's a user or a fund, they need to go through hundreds of protocols, tens of chains, have insane amount of risk and guardrails that is exposed to them, and nobody is able to manage this complexity. Everybody is trying to run a hedge fund using a consumer product, and it's time to upgrade. I can tell you more about the complexity we create for ourselves, but I think I can show you better. This is a snapshot of one side of the stablecoin ecosystem today. By the time you wake up tomorrow and go to another event, there will be 10 more tokens added to this list. Stablecoins is the most critical asset class of today, and they have an incredible opportunity for blockchain to make it relevant globally. But as we discussed in the beginning, this needs to be basic, this needs to be accessible. And to me, this doesn't look like adoption. This looks extremely complex. No human can deal with this. No human is capable of digesting vast amounts of on-chain data and making split-second decisions in DeFi, and especially in stablecoins when risk and capital protection are paramount. At Giza, we take all of this and turn it into this. One agent, one interface, where you can dictate how it runs. You deposit once, you set your policies, and the agent runs the game for you in the best possible manner. Our agents limit operational overhead. They save hundreds of hours to the funds and treasuries we work with today because they don't have to do things manually. Our agents allow you to get the best for your capital because they run 24/7, because the market they operate on, it runs 24/7. Our agents allow you to get the best risk management tools you need to properly deploy capital on DeFi. And all of these things is what is going to make enabling autonomous capital come to reality a true thing. If you keep operating manually, you are going to fail. You are going to fail because as humans, we are outdated to deal with the market itself. In all of my relationships, whether that's personal, business, or love life, those relationships flourish when we let the person who's best at doing something do that thing. I always like to give an example from my love life, where my wife is a great organizer. She coordinates everything for me. She coordinates our vacations, she coordinates the house, and I don't try to do that. I don't try to do that because I'm worse at it. I don't try to do that because it creates anxiety in my house. And it's a very similar situation with the markets and humans. As humans, we need to come to the realization that we are terrible at being profitable. We are emotional. We need to spend time with our loved ones. We need to study, we need to eat, we need to sleep, while the markets operate 24/7. The North Star here is the user, the human, is the orchestrator, and the engine is the agent that is constantly executing for you. That's how we go to this. Encoded decisions, persistent logic, abiding by your risk bands, abiding by your health factor targets. There is a key component that we have been building with at Giza ever since the inception of Giza, and that's personalized finance. Personalized finance matters for a couple of reasons. If we zoom out from our worlds in DeFi and Web3, there is an undeniable, inevitable movement in tech towards hyper-personalized agents that is running your life for you. I'm sure many of you have played around with Claude, with ChatGPT. These agents abstract complexity, they move the applications that you use to the background, and they achieve your intent. And you don't have to deal with the background applications, the plumbing anymore. For us, this is how finance should be operated. You, as the human, dictate your intent, you dictate your preferences, and this specific agent is running for you and for you only. What you get in return, for the first time in DeFi, is a financial product that is working for you and not for the financial product itself. With our agents, every single institution, every single fund, every single treasury gets their own agents that they can dictate the policies for. You can dictate what do you want to hold, which stablecoin you want exposure to, or is it an RWA, or is it BTC or ETH, or anything you want. And we have the financial engine to get you the best for that capital. You get to dictate how it should move, how it should grow. Do you want your risk-on assets to feed your risk-off assets, or the other way around? All of these things can be baked into persistent logic. And last but not least, which constraints should never be violated? What are your red flags when it comes to finance? And this part is extremely critical because I think, especially with the events that we had in the past 2-3 weeks, it has become glaringly clear that we need to let the user dictate which curator they want exposure to, which collateral they want exposure to, how much utilization ratio they want to be exposed to. But of course, we need to do these things in a way that is human readable. Today, DeFi is not human readable. If you go to a Morpho vault or a Euler vault, and if you go and check the collaterals that are listed there, you're going to just see a bunch of vowels next to each other, and it's going to be impossible to decipher. The agents let you dictate your terms in a way that you can understand it, and they will run your policies for you. Your policies and not ours. These are quite critical components. Why Ethereum? Why are we deploying on Ethereum? Ethereum gives us a few key components. We need security of Ethereum. We need composability of Ethereum. We need the deep markets of Ethereum. And all of the advantages that Ethereum brings, where there's a lot of L2s that decreases latency, decreases cost. All of these things are fundamental for an agent to operate well and to be profitable. We work with stablecoins because it is the most critical asset class of today. We pair stablecoins and agents, the most critical asset class and the most critical technology of today. The stablecoins are on a tear, but there is still a lot of work to be done. Just in stablecoins, there is close to $200 billion that is sitting unproductive right now. And the reason for that is because the infrastructure we have and the operational systems we have to optimize stablecoins, to manage them, to distribute them, to issue them, have not really kept up with the technologies we have today, with our capabilities today, and what the market demands. And Giza is the autonomy layer for Ethereum-based capital. I would also like to make one thing clear. This is happening today. You can go to gizatech.xyz and you can get yourself a stablecoin agent. You can get yourself an agent that operates on Pendle markets. This is happening today. There has been a lot of doomer talks that I've been exposed to in this week, where people love to problematize things that we don't have in blockchain today. But we do have a lot of things that makes insane things possible as of right now. So it is important to understand there are things out there where you can use today to make your finances better, to make your life better. And we have been building Giza since 2022. And our agents has been live for the past 8 months. Our agents moved more than $3 billion in volume. This is real financial fee-bearing volume on base. We have executed close to 1 million financial decisions. These are not incentivized testnet transactions that has no consequence. These are actual financial decisions taken on behalf of the user with the policies that they have set. Over 65% of our agents are personalized. 65% of our users likes to dictate what happens with their money, the exposure that they want to get, and we provide it to them. And last but not least, the users who have been using Giza has been getting close to 2x more yield than a static position and then a human position. All of these things are happening today. Today, Giza serves funds and treasuries who are deploying capital into DeFi. We serve retail. We serve neobanks, credit card issuers, wallets, who are looking for an intelligent guardrail to DeFi. If you are one of those, you need to understand your next edge in DeFi is autonomy itself. And if you are one of those, and if you want your capital to move as intelligently as the market itself, you can come and talk to me after the talk, and I'll be happy to take your questions and comments. We do have 5 minutes. Can I get questions? Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's start the Q&A session. So if you have a question, please raise your hand, and our volunteer is going to give you the microphone. Any questions? What token to buy?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. And if you want to come and talk to me afterwards, I'm around. Thank you.
Thank you.